Hello, everyone! Have you ever witnessed a moment where everything was going normally? Then in an instant, it completely changed. In instant karma. Situations like this occur very frequently. Just one thoughtless action is enough to trigger an unexpected chain reaction that changes everything.
Every single day, and it is now.
The truth has been told.
No, because that's the truth.
Why are we arguing now?
Because you're a fucking liar.
Oh.
No, yeah, he might have.
Don't pick fights with others just because of momentary emotions, because the consequences can sometimes backfire very quickly.
So wait.
Oh my God.
Sir, do not touch me.
Get off of my car, bro. Get off of my car.
Sir, do not touch me.
I'm not touching you at all. Touching you. I need to relax. You just freaking you have put hands on me. What's up, dog?
You can ask me this one.
The driver thought he had the upper hand on the road, but in reality, he was putting himself in a disadvantageous situation. And this time, the police were the final arbiter. The man thought the beach was his private stage, blasting the music at full volume and ignoring any warnings. But just seconds later, he received an unforgettable lesson from the two people in the boat. One might think pepper spray is only for self-defense, but it unexpectedly became a weapon for resolving conflicts in parking lots.
What the f?
He wanted to save a few steps, but ended up going all the way around because of his excessive laziness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, it's just... Oh, she got another one.
Put these down. Right now. Put them down. Good. Put it down.
No way. Just like that.
Respecting workers and exercising self-restraint is the best way to protect yourself in public. Some people go to the supermarket to buy groceries, but she conveniently bought a ride with the police while she was at it.
Back up. No, you're gonna be exerting the use of your back as Because you have been. And I'm sick and tired of it. You're being aggressive. Back up. Don't leave. Stop! 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 Stop my hair! I didn't even do nothing to you guys. Extensions, you pig! No, you don't! Stop!
I do this. They said to me, Mrs. Kelly, you're not allowed to touch him no more.
When you use discriminatory language to belittle others, don't be surprised if you yourself are reprimanded in the most unforgettable way.
Say one more time. You already told me your name. Say it one more time. You missed me. Stop. Say it one more time. Open the door. Say it one more time. I dare you. That shit.
Perhaps he thought the included plane ticket automatically granted him the right to take an extra seat for free. But in reality, the rules aren't that lenient.
I'll go sit down.
Do we gotta strangle him? Do we gotta strangle him? Do we gotta...
He thought he was in control, but in reality, he quickly became an example of the consequences of overreacting. Respecting strangers helps avoid many unfortunate consequences. She thought she understood the process better than the technician, but ended up turning her relaxing session into a high-speed facial cleansing session.
Hey, bitch, you. I can't
He
get
thought
you
that
sexy
simply
enough.
raising his voice would get him what he wanted. But in reality, he quickly learned a completely different lesson. Staying calm is always the best way to solve problems, rather than reacting impulsively.
You cleaning this porch every single day, and it is noisy. And
If you find these situations both funny and educational, please subscribe so we have the motivation to make more interesting videos. He thought it was just a normal situation on the road, but unexpectedly, the dust cloud ahead led straight to a rather unpleasant experience. At Arnhem Central Station, the man thought he could raise his voice and pressure the authorities without consequence. But reality taught him a quick and clear lesson. What seemed like an easy phone theft quickly turned into a stark lesson that every wrongdoing has immediate consequences.
That's fine. We will call the police. Fucking how many times did you get?
He thought he was getting free shopping, but it turned out he had inadvertently signed up for a practical course called Immediate Consequences.
Are you gonna come here? Are you gonna come here again? Look, you got my face. If I see you again here, I will break your leg. I will break your tooth. You hit them on the floor. I promise. Then go now.
He thought he was the master of the situation, but in reality, just one unexpected moment was enough to quickly turn everything around. After a long period of continuous provocation and troublemaking, the man finally faced consequences commensurate with his actions. Respecting others and knowing when to stop always helps you avoid undesirable consequences.
This is live action, ladies and gentlemen, from KMFG Industries here. This non-alpha males are... Oh, that's what happened to Samoa.
He thought he would pull off a successful heist, but was actually caught red-handed before he could leave. The suspect wanted to show defiance until the very last minute, but ultimately became the perfect example of the saying, "Don't test the limits." Don't let greed guide your actions, as it often leads you to make serious mistakes. A hasty decision on the road can have very costly consequences, especially when the police are following you. Do not resist law enforcement officers, as such actions can lead to serious and immediate consequences. Please park in a designated area if you don't want your car to tip over like this. He thought he was solving the problem emotionally, but in reality, he was just turning the streets into a stage for the consequences to be broadcast. Learn to respect others when driving to avoid unnecessary trouble. Anger might make you feel right, but traffic will always be a very real test of that. It begins like a thrilling action movie, but ends with a laugh-out-loud humor. It turns out he unintentionally starred in a comedy. Not every action can be escaped, because consequences always find you faster than you think. He got out of the car to teach others a lesson, but ended up getting a free lesson about gravity.
Na contramão, olha.
Vai entrar na nossa.
Olha aqui. Olha aqui.
Staying calm on the road isn't a sign of weakness. It's the only way to avoid turning a small situation into a major one.
Vai passar de novo. Oh, não. Não, amor, não, amor, não, amor.
Hey, what are you doing?
A moment of disrespect, and karma appears in the form of a bus driver, teaching a memorable lesson about humanity and courtesy.
Help her out. What's the matter with you? No way. Dude. There's no dude. Yeah. Wait. Let her on.
You just hurry up.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, your mother. No, dude. I told you to wait. Otherwise, you can walk. You want to walk? Get the hell out of here. Be kind. Ladies